A fiery clash. Bob Costas versus Donald Trump. When one of America's most polarizing political figures meets one of sports broadcasting's toughest interviewers, the result is a conversation that ignites quickly, spiraling from tense to explosive, ending in a walkout that stunned everyone. This wasn't a gentle exchange of ideas. It was Bob Costas, known for his relentless pursuit of truth, facing off against Donald Trump, a man who thrives on confrontation. Before we dive into this electrifying showdown, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. What did you make of this clash? You'll want to weigh in. The studio lights blazed, casting sharp shadows across the intimate set. Bob Costas sat composed, notes neatly arranged beside him, his demeanor calm but focused. Across from him, Trump settled in, adjusting his suit jacket with a confident smile for the cameras. The room buzzed with anticipation. The crew knew this wouldn't be a typical interview. Costas had a reputation for asking hard-hitting questions, refusing to let deflections slide. Trump was known for dominating conversations, bending them to his narrative. This was set to be a collision of titans. Costas opened with a seemingly soft question, his tone professional. "Mr. Trump, you've been a public figure for decades. Businessman, TV star, president. How has your communication style evolved?" Trump leaned forward, hands animated. "Bob, my style's why people connect with me. I tell it like it is. No fancy words, no political nonsense. I talk like regular Americans. That's my strength. In New York, I dealt with workers, architects, officials. You learn to be direct, cut through the noise." Costas nodded, but his expression hinted he was just warming up. That directness, some say it crosses into exaggeration. Fact-checkers have disputed many of your statements. Does accuracy matter as much as directness? Trump's smile tightened. "Here we go with the fact-checkers. They're not neutral, Bob. They've got agendas. I give the truth as I see it. Maybe a number's off sometimes, but the spirit's always true. The media nitpicks every word, but never credits me when I'm right, and I'm right most of the time." Costas pressed, voice firm but calm. "We're talking about specific claims, proven false, like your inauguration crowd size, voter fraud, or crime statistics. These aren't interpretations, they're facts." Trump's jaw set, a sign he felt cornered. This is the problem with interviews like this. You act like you want a conversation, but you're playing gotcha with their fake news list. "I built an empire, became president, accomplished more than most, but you're stuck on crowd sizes?" "I'm asking about a pattern, making statements that serve your narrative, regardless of accuracy. That's fair to ask of someone who's held high office." Trump pointed at Costas. "Your problem is you think you decide what's true. Americans are smarter. They know when the media lies. I connect directly with them, and that drives you crazy because you can't control the narrative." Costas set his notes down, meeting Trump's gaze. "I'm not controlling a narrative. I'm establishing facts. You've claimed awards you never won, like Person of the Year. Why make those claims?" "Sometimes the story matters more than tiny details," Trump shot back. "At a rally with thousands, I'm not going to say, well, it was a similar award. I'm connecting with people. You dissect words in your studio. That's not real communication." "You're not just at rallies. You've made policy, represented America globally. Don't facts matter there?" "Facts matter," Trump said, voice rising, "but so do results. My economy was the greatest ever. Jobs up, unemployment down, especially for minorities. That's a fact. But you're obsessed with crowd sizes." "I'd like to discuss the economy," Costas said, "but your claim of the greatest economy is disputed by economists. Other periods had stronger growth, adjusted for inflation." Trump's eyes narrowed. "Those economists said my policies would crash the market, cause recessions. They were wrong. I created millions of jobs, record stock market highs, but you trust some professor who's never built anything?" "I'm citing data." Growth rates, unemployment, wages. Not opinions, measurements. Those don't capture what people felt, Trump countered. Workers had hope, businesses thrived. That's what counts, not charts designed to make me look bad. Costas shifted gears. Your relationship with the media. You've called journalists enemies of the people. Isn't that dangerous for a democracy's free press? The press isn't free when it's biased, Trump replied. 90% of my coverage is negative. That's activism, not journalism. Americans deserve to know they're fed opinions, not news. Calling them enemies undermines trust in journalism itself, Costas said. Maybe it should be undermined, Trump shot back. It's broken. You act like the press is sacred, but I challenge it and people appreciate that. The studio tension spiked, crew members exchanging glances. Costas pressed on. Your election claims. You've said it was stolen, despite court rulings, including by your appointed judges, finding no widespread fraud. When does persisting become irresponsible? Trump's expression hardened. That election was a disaster. Irregularities everywhere. Unverified mail ballots, voting machine issues. Courts dodged it on technicalities, not merits. Cases were examined and found lacking. Your Attorney General and Cybersecurity Chief confirmed no outcome-changing fraud. They were wrong, Trump said flatly. I saw what happened. Millions did. We know it was rigged. You're describing feelings, not evidence. When feelings trump evidence, democracy weakens. Don't lecture me on democracy, Trump snapped. I got more votes than any sitting president ever. You're saying I lost fairly? The numbers don't add up. They do, Costas replied. Your opponent got millions more votes. Electoral votes, determined by state popular votes, were certified, audited, verified. Trump's face flushed. You're acting like you've got all the answers. I was ahead election night, then massive ballot dumps came in from my opponent. That's normal? Yes, Costas said. Experts predicted mail-in ballots, which you discouraged your supporters from using, would favor your opponent and be counted later. This was explained repeatedly. So convenient, Trump said sarcastically. Everything from my opponent was normal. The system was rigged against me. Concerns need reality, Costas said. Claiming a stolen election without evidence creates distrust. You're blaming me for others' actions. I said peacefully make your voices heard. I can't control everything. You said the election was stolen. That creates a crisis atmosphere, pushing some to extremes. I fight for what's right, Trump insisted. I've always said do it legally. I can point out what's wrong. Your words carry weight, Costas said. If they're based on debunked claims, you're misleading people. Debunked isn't magic. Fact-checkers don't make truth. I've got witnesses, evidence, but it doesn't fit your narrative. Present it in court, Costas said. Judges found it insufficient. Courts are establishment, Trump replied. They avoided it because it's explosive. They're not infallible. Who should people trust then? Not courts, officials, audits. Who decides? Trust their eyes, Trump said. My rallies had thousands. My opponent had none. I had momentum. You're saying the basement guy won fairly? Rally size doesn't decide elections, Costas said. Some voted against you, not for him. That's democracy. I don't buy it, Trump said. Neither do millions. Costas pivoted. Your business, thousands of lawsuits, multiple bankruptcies. How do you square that with being a successful businessman? I built a billion-dollar empire, Trump shot back. Bankruptcy's a legal tool. I never went personally bankrupt. Some companies restructured. That's business. Contractors say you didn't pay, ruining small businesses. Exaggerated or false. If work's bad, I don't pay full price. Your university settled a $25 million fraud case, Costas noted. We settled to avoid years in court. That's all anyone remembers. You appointed family to top roles, conducted government business at your properties. Aren't those conflicts of interest? My family was qualified, worked free. I'm allowed to own businesses. It's only a scandal because it's me. Costas leaned forward. You framed everything as you against the establishment. When does that become dodging accountability? You're playing psychologist, Trump said. When you can't attack my record, you hit my personality. People see through that. I'm asking about a pattern. Firing dissenters, demanding loyalty. Is that leadership? It's having standards, Trump replied. If someone's disloyal, undermining our agenda, they're gone. That's management. Loyalty to you versus the country, Costas asked. I never asked for disloyalty to America. I expect support for the people's agenda. Former officials raised concerns about your fitness. Are they all lying? Disgruntled, Trump said. They couldn't handle the job, so they attack me now. That's a lot to dismiss, Costas observed. Doesn't that warrant reflection? Reflection, Trump mocked.